Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing well. In this particular workout, I had some heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, and some moderate bench. Everything went well besides really for deadlifts. I was able to actually hit a 10-pound PR on squats for high bar. My previous best was 445, and on this particular day I was able to hit 455, and I thought it looked really good. The only negative I would say with it is that my hips felt kind of unstable towards the top, even though I had the glute lockout or whatever. I still did that well, and I also randomly walked it out super far. I don't show it in this video, but I took like 5 or 6 solid steps back, and I don't know, like once I had already done it I was just like, oh, this is weird, but I was already committed to doing the squat, so that was odd, and I most likely won't do that in competition. All my other squats in this particular workout were like 2 or 3, maybe 4. It just really depends on how I feel when I'm walking the weight out, but usually it's like 2 or 3. And yeah, so 5 or 6. I mean, I think it was 6 total. It was a healthy amount, but I was still able to hit the rep, able to walk it in, all of that, walk it out and walk it in, all that stuff. Big positive with that. With the bench, I went up to 275, and that all felt really good. It just got work in with that. It wasn't anything too radical. I needed a drop set with some close grip bench. I think after this competition I'll be doing a ton of basically only close grip benching, because I want to be able to work on the triceps, and when I do close grip benching I feel it in my chest as well as my triceps. I'm getting tons of shoulder work anyway, and then if I decide I want to push my bench press up a little bit, then I can spread my hands out a little bit, but I'd rather get the benefit of my triceps working more, although I still do get some of that benefit from my grip because it isn't super wide, and I just kind of make my arms, my forearms perpendicular with the ground and with my other half of my arm, and I find that's a comfortable position for me to press in, and it's something I don't have to worry about going super wide or anything like that. The big negative with this workout, so squats and bench went well, but deadlifts did not go well. There could be a number of factors that played into this, but rather frustrated that it didn't. I think one of the factors is I took a rather big jump. I had done this in a previous workout, which is also another factor that I would bring up in a second, but I went from 425 to 515, and when I did the 515, just like the bar kind of slipped out of my hand, I think, or shifted, or I don't know what, but I didn't want to fight through it because it just felt kind of weird, like it was off balanced. So I think it could have been, some of my grip, some of, everything with it, and I just wasn't strong enough to do the rep on this particular day. Once I failed that rep, then I went up to 565 because I figured if I could fail 515, I could also fail 565. I was not able to break 565 off the ground. I definitely felt it in my hips there. I'm going to experiment a little bit with my deadlift positioning to maybe start my hips a little bit lower. I'll be very curious to see if that has any difference. I don't know if that will make a difference since I'm wearing my weightlifting shoes for that. I did last week, I did 545 for 2, and a couple days ago I did 495 for a single. So I'm not worried that the strength isn't there. I just would like it to be there consistently, and I would like my hips not to be kind of bothered by deadlifts. I know after this competition I'll be doing just lots of deadlift reps. That's something I got away from, but I definitely want to do lots of pulling in general, but just more deadlift work, and nothing that's extreme like a bunch of sets of 5 or anything like that, but just sets of 3 on a consistent basis. With that being said, positive with the deadlifts, positive with the bench, sucky with the deadlifts, but deadlifts have been going well, so one bad day, I shouldn't let it affect me too much, but it just kind of really bothered me. And besides that, I brought up that I did the 495 a couple days ago. It could have been fatigue from that. I'm assuming that my body wasn't fully recovered, although I did hit that really good squat, and I'm assuming the squat probably had an effect on the fatigue factors of my deadlift, and I'm assuming the big jumps also played in a factor as well. OHP here, this is just me I was just mad at the world because of the deadlift, so those went fine. I'm just annoyed that my shoulders are weak, but I just got to keep doing stuff like this. Lots of pressing is going to be good for me. It's going to help my bench, it's going to help my weightlifting, it's going to help everything if my shoulders get stronger, so I just need to continue to work on stuff like that. So overall, it's about it that I have to talk about this workout. I'm getting over being sick. I had to actually miss a day of school because I woke up feeling like death, and just basically slept all day. So this was I was sick on Wednesday, and this workout was on Monday, so I don't think the illness was anywhere near at that point, but who knows? Maybe there was something hanging around there, or maybe I'm just making up a bunch of excuses when I wasn't strong enough to execute the lifts. I think in the future I got to be smarter with make a little bit smaller jumps, and just be playing out things a little bit more. I shouldn't have went so heavy on the previous workout. It's supposed to be light deadlifts, and I went a bit too heavy with that, and fatigue carried over. And hopefully I can make up for it next week and hit a good single, and then start to get ready for everything for the competition. But that being said, I'm gonna end this video here. Hope you're all having a great day, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Peace.